Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are here together, and it is Shabbat. And it is Shabbat at a time when, well, we need Shabbat every week, truly. But I think for all of us here, all of us online, this is a Shabbat that is especially needed. We come together, I think so many of us are here out of a seeking of reprieve, a seeking of peace, a seeking of comfort, reeling after a week in which, frankly, there is very little peace, if any, and very little, if any, comfort to be found. And that is simply to name the truth of what has befallen us, as everyone, truly everyone, has been touched, has been harmed, some physically, all emotionally. We are grieving. Many of you, probably nearly all of you, were here today physically or online as we memorialized our Jackie. And this is unbelievable in the very worst possible way. Many of you know our synagogue has a family. 3 of the 4 people who were at the parade were shot or harmed by shrapnel. An 8-year-old little boy lies in a hospital downtown, paralyzed, but alive. And that's where I'd like to start. Anyone who's heard the story of this little boy has likely heard that this little boy, by rights, should not be alive. That a miracle somehow happened in Highland Park Hospital, a miracle happened on a helicopter downtown, a miracle happened each day he was at the hospital. And today that little boy is breathing on his own. There is incredible darkness that has befallen us all. I'll be honest with you, it is a darkness unlike anything I have ever experienced. And I think my colleagues would agree with me, and we have experienced some really dark stuff. But I will also say that I have never been witness to miracles, to acts of faith and hope and light and meaning and promise than I have seen in the last 4 days. I believe there were 70 rounds fired on July 4th morning. There have been at least 70,000 acts of goodness that have followed in its place. We don't get to choose what happens to us, ever. Viktor Frankl taught we only choose how we respond. And that is where our power, every single person's power in this space lies. From the minute that terror ended on July 4th, we all have the ability to commit to not letting a sick murderer steal anything else from us moving forward. And we do that by flooding the world, as Leah taught us this morning in her remarkable, remarkable words, with light. We don't let the rage and the darkness take our souls over, even though that would be so easy to do. We bring food. We leverage our connections. We drop off stuffed animals. We make cards. We show up for our friends who are grieving. We form community. We make commitments to act in all of the ways that make sense to us to act And we do it again and again and again. On Monday, a sick murderer tried to destroy a community. I don't know how else to really say that. And every act within this community, and truthfully in all the circles expanding outside of it, now across our world, show that he failed and that our community is stronger than ever. A couple's gonna get a wedding blessing tonight. Lily called me earlier in the week to say maybe we should cancel. Who wants to celebrate a wedding on a Shabbat like this? I think we all want to celebrate a wedding on a Shabbat like this. Truly. Not just because, heck, we want to celebrate weddings, they're awesome, but because we need light when there's darkness. We need to cultivate joy where we can. And it is an incredible act and statement of faith to choose to partner and step into life with all of the hopes and promise and dreams that marriage affords, and to affirm that choice within a community. This Shabbat might not bring us complete shalom, but it might give us a little bit of illumination on the path back toward it somehow, some way. It might shine the littlest light for each of us, wherever we find ourselves. And somehow, some way, we'll walk forward together. No one will be left behind. To shalom, to comfort, to community, and to light. That's what we'll create together this night.